Jada started fucking with Mark Anthony. Will came home and caught Jada Mark Anthony on the couch at their home. Will lost it and beat the shit out of Jada.
This new lawsuit against Jada Pinkett Smith just shook the internet to its core. It's no longer whispers, gossip, or internet theories. This time someone put their name on the line and dropped receipts in a real legal filing.
Allegations are fake, Jada?
Absolutely.
Jada Pinkett Smith is backing up Will Smith over claims that he hooked up with Dwayne Martin.
Never seen Will with no man, nothing like that?
Never.
For years, people brushed off Jaguar Wright and Uncle Bilaal like they were just chasing clout. But now, their stories suddenly sound a whole lot more believable. What's written in those court papers makes all the old rumors about Will and Jada's world look tiny compared to what's being claimed now. So, let's walk through this step by step because this isn't some random drama. It's a tangled web that's been building for years. Remember Jaguar Wright's interviews? The ones where she said Hollywood wasn't as glamorous as it looked, that powerful people used intimidation to keep secrets buried. And Uncle Bilaal, Jada's former friend and business partner. He dropped hints about seeing things he couldn't unsee. Back then, most folks thought they were exaggerating, but this lawsuit is laying out the same story with legal weight behind it. Here's where things get wild. Bilal Salam, the man suing Jada, claims she threatened him directly. According to the lawsuit, she told him he'd end up missing or catch a bullet if he didn't stop talking about her personal life. And this wasn't whispered in private. It allegedly happened right at Will Smith's birthday party inside the Regency Calabasas Common. Picture that scene. Lights, champagne, Hollywood's elite. And Jada supposedly rolls up with a crew of 7 people surrounding her, telling this man to keep her name out his mouth. That's not just shade. That's intimidation on full display. Now remember what Jaguar said months ago. She told her followers that Bilaal had called her terrified, saying he didn't feel safe and that the Smith family had ways of shutting people up. She claimed Bilaal had witnessed things that could ruin reputations and that he was afraid to ever speak publicly again.
Jaden, you Bashir and his Neat Mills, and you know it, Bilaal. Now I'm getting no how.
Back then people called it conspiracy talk, but now every word she said feels like a warning that no one wanted to hear. And the lawsuit doesn't stop there.
Al told me, Jada, he told me that you knew Will was f***ing your child.
Goes deeper. It describes a pattern of control, fear, and manipulation, not a one-time outburst. The kind of pattern that makes people wonder if there's been a long-gunning effort to protect an image while keeping the truth hidden. Fans online are losing it, digging up old interviews, old clips, and past red carpet moments, trying to piece it all together. Could this be the start of something much bigger than a lawsuit? Because right now it's looking like the Smith family's carefully guarded legacy is facing its biggest test yet. And this time the spotlight's not turning off. According to the lawsuit, things between Bilal Salam and Jada Pinkett Smith didn't just fall apart, they imploded.
In 2 weeks, if you don't sue me in 2 weeks, if Tasha K will have me, I'm back here.
And it all started right after the Oscar slap, the one that made headlines across the entire world. Bilal says Jada wanted him to step in and help clean up the mess, do crisis control to fix their image. But when he refused to play along, she allegedly snapped and launched what he calls a full-blown retaliation campaign against him. In the legal filing, Bilaal claims Jada came for him from every direction, socially, financially, emotionally, and even publicly.
When they're together, Will's comfortable with that. Will's comfortable with someone f***ing his wife when he's there. Is when he's not there is the insecurity.
Bad at everything. You was an alright actress, you was a terrible wife, you was a bad mother. Who knew that your husband was doing things to boys and did stuff to your son and you ain't do shit about it? Bilaal told me.
He says she tried to destroy his name, his work, and his peace. It wasn't just an argument. It was war. He paints a picture of someone with real power. Someone who knows how to pull strings and make people disappear from opportunities overnight. And here's where things get eerie, because that's exactly what Jaguar Wright said months before any of this came out. In one of her most viral interviews, She said Jada doesn't move like a regular celebrity. She moves like someone surrounded by handlers and enforcers. Jaguar claimed there's a system around the Smith family, one designed to protect their image and punish anyone who steps out of line. She described it like an invisible network. People who do the dirty work, silence the noise, and keep the machine running.
Like guys.
How you know?
I live in LA. And there's a lifestyle that is kept quiet.
A secret society.
At the time it sounded wild. But now that Bilal's words are in a court document, it's got people looking at those old clips very differently. And this next part is where the story starts getting real dark. Bilaal says one of the reasons Jada turned on him was because he refused to carry out certain tasks for the family. Things he described as illegal, unethical, or morally compromising.
I already tried to do this money shakedown. Will was willing to give him a certain amount or what have you, and he didn't take it. So this whole situation is...
He doesn't go into specifics, but that phrase alone hits like a warning shot. What kind of tasks could be so bad that a man risks his career and his safety to avoid them? That one sentence in the lawsuit has everyone speculating. Because when someone says morally compromising in Hollywood, it usually means there's a whole lot we don't know yet. But the real chaos begins when Bilaal accuses Jada of straight-up lying to the public. Remember when Jada went on TMZ and swore she had never seen Will doing anything intimate with men? Well, Bilaal says that statement was pure fiction because he'd already released a viral clip showing Will allegedly groping Alfonso Rivero's chest and backside right in front of Jada and their kids.
Start fucking with Mark Anthony. Will came home and caught Jada Mark Anthony on the couch at their home. Will lost it and beat the shit out of Jada. I mean, beat the dog shit out of her. That so bad that they had to make a makeshift hospital.
That clip sent the internet into a frenzy when it first dropped. But now inside a lawsuit, it hits differently. It's not just a random video anymore. It's a piece of evidence tied to a much bigger claim. And this is where Jaguar Wright's past comments start sounding like a prophecy. She's been saying for years that the Smiths were part of a private Hollywood circle where everything goes. According to her, this circle operates under strict secrecy, a controlled lifestyle with rules only insiders understand. She said they move like an organized unit, careful, quiet, and protected by power. Back then, people called her crazy, said she was exaggerating for clicks. But now with a lawsuit repeating the same kind of language, intimidation, secrecy, retaliation, people are starting to wonder, was Jaguar actually telling the truth all along? Because if these claims are even halfway real, this isn't just about one Hollywood couple. It's about how far influence, money, and control can stretch behind closed doors. And the craziest part, this is still just the beginning of what's written in those court papers. Then just when everyone thought the drama had peaked, Bilaal Salam dropped something even heavier. Something that made people stop scrolling and start really paying attention. Out of nowhere, he went public with a bold warning. If Jada Pinkett Smith doesn't sue him within 2 weeks, he'll expose the names of the people she allegedly used devices on during private parties. That statement alone set the internet on fire. Fans were shocked, reporters were scrambling, and suddenly everyone wanted to know, what kind of parties are we talking about here? Because this is where things stop sounding like random gossip and start feeling like a pattern, a tangled puzzle of secrets that's been sitting in plain sight. And here's what makes it even wilder. Jaguar Wright said the exact same thing. She claimed that Jada hosted private events where those kinds of toys were used and that some big names were always in attendance. She never mentioned specifics, but her story mirrors Bilal's claims almost word for word. And the timing of it all unreal. It's like everything she said months ago is suddenly showing up in black and white legal filings. And it doesn't stop there. Not even close. Because in another resurfaced clip, Bilaal took it to an even darker place. He claimed Will Smith once attacked Jada after allegedly catching her with Mark Anthony. According to him, The incident got so violent that Jada supposedly needed facial surgery afterward. That's a heavy claim, one that fans and insiders are still debating. But it ties right back into Jaguar's earlier statements where she said people behind the scenes described the Smith household as chaotic, full of constant tension and heated fights. When two separate people, both close to the same family, start describing the same kind of dysfunction, it's hard to call it coincidence, especially when both of them have receipts, recordings, and stories that overlap in shocking ways. Now, when Jada finally responded, she didn't just brush it off. She came out swinging, claiming Bilaal had tried to extort the family before. According to her, this entire lawsuit is built on lies meant to destroy their reputation. She said they plan to counter-sue Ball for defamation, especially over that explosive claim about Will and Dwayne Martin. But here's the twist. Bilaal insists that's exactly what she always does. He says Jada has a pattern. Deny everything in public, discredit the person's name and then apply pressure behind the scenes to make them fold. He says that exact cycle, being shut down, silenced, and threatened, is why he finally filed the $3 million lawsuit. And honestly, that's what's making people look at this differently. Because if Bala was just chasing clout, why use his real name? Why risk jail time for defamation if it's all made up? Why double down after Jada already threatened legal action on live television? Most people wouldn't risk it, but Bilaal did. And that's why this story won't die down anytime soon. And now we're stepping into the darkest part. The part most people are too scared to even mention. According to Jaguar Wright, Ball privately told her something that left her shaken, that Will allegedly harmed other young men, including Bryce Gray and even Meek Mill. And she claimed Jada knew about it. And here's where I got to slow it down for a second because these claims are heavy. There's no police report, no court case yet, and no physical evidence made public. But these allegations are part of the ongoing story that Jaguar Wright and Bilaal Salam have been talking about for years. And now, for the first